A strong earthquake shocked much of Taiwan on Sunday, toppling a three-story building and temporarily trapping four people inside, stranding about 400 tourists on a mountainside, and knocking part of a passenger train off its tracks. The magnitude 6.8 quake was the largest among dozens that have rattled the island's southeastern coast since Saturday evening, when a 6.4 quake struck the same area. There were no immediate reports of serious injuries. Most of the damage appeared to be north of the epicenter, which Taiwan's Central Weather Bureau said was in the town of Cheshang at the relatively shallow depth of 7 kilometers 4 miles. The three-story building, which had a 7-Eleven convenience store on the ground floor and residences on the upper ones, collapsed in nearby Yuli town, the island's central news agency said. The 70-year-old owner of the building and his wife were rescued first, but it took longer to get to a 39-year-old woman and her 5-year-old daughter. A photo released by the Hualien city government showed the girl lying on a blanket and being handed down a metal ladder from the top of the debris by helmeted rescued workers in orange uniforms. You will see it later part of this video. The top two stories of the building were left sprawled across a small street and into the other side with electricity wires pulled down by the fallen structures. Ayan po yung 7-Eleven. More than 7,000 households were reported without power in Yuli, and water pipes were also damaged. Police and firefighters rushed to a bridge collapse on a two-lane road in what appeared to be a rural part of the same town, where their people and one or more vehicles may have fallen off, according to media reports. Also in Yuli, a landslide trapped nearly 400 tourists on the mountain famous for the orange daylilies that blanket its slopes this time of year, the Central News Agency said. They also had no electricity and a weak cell phone signal in the area. So debris from a fallen canopy on a platform at Dongli Station in Fuli Town, which is in between Yuli and the epicenter of Chichang, hit a passing train, derailing 6 cars, the Central News Agency said, citing the Railway Administration. None of the 20 passengers were insured, thank God. The shaking was felt at the north end of the island in the capital Taipei, in Taoyuan City, west of Taipei, and 210 kilometers or 130 miles north of the epicenter. A man was injured by a ceiling collapse on the 5th floor of a sports center. The Japan Meteorological Agency issued a tsunami advisory for several southern Japanese islands near Taiwan, but later lifted it. This was the gymnasium collapse where children are playing badminton. Together, let us be united and pray for the safety of Taiwan and the people.